what it means for us to understand how God is present with us in the prayers that we offer to him, okay? So the first thing I want to say is this. There are actually two questions. And the first question is this, is where do you turn in times of need? I already showed you the possibilities, right? And when trouble comes into your life, where do you turn? Do you turn to distraction? Do you turn to addiction? Do you turn to yourself? Do you turn to others? Or is the first thing that you do is turn to the Lord? When the day of trouble comes, do you seek God as your refuge and your strength in times of trouble? Look at what it says here in Psalm 46, verses 1 through 3. Let's read the whole passage. It says, let's read it together. This will be fun. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and the foam and the mountains quake with their surging. Do we turn to everything else but God? Or do we turn first to God before everything else? I want you to think about, why is it that Joel was calling them, and God's Spirit through Joel is calling us to turn to the Lord? And the answer is, because God is sovereign over all things. Amen? Can someone say amen? Every square inch belongs to the Lord. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You get into trouble with, you're trying to get something accomplished, and you got to call the 1-800 number, or you got to go into customer service, and the person that you're talking to is not helping you. What do you got to do in that moment? I need to speak to I got to talk to the manager. I got to talk to the supervisor. I got to talk to the owner. Who's the owner of this operation over here? Why is that? Why are you saying that? Because you know that person has the ultimate authority to handle and resolve the situation that you're in. So why is it that we seek the Lord in prayer? Why is it that we don't turn to the things that are beside us, but we turn to the one who is above us? Because he's the one who's in charge. He's the one who is sovereign over all things, and our lives are in his hands. Amen? And besides, why are we turning to the things that actually created the problem in the first place? How does that make any sense? We're going to turn to the thing that actually created the problem, hoping that thing is going to fix the problem? No, we're very mistaken. We have to turn to the one who has the whole world in his hands. Amen? Now, I want to show you the result of turning to the Lord and seeking God as our refuge and strength. It's in the second part here in verse number 2. It says, therefore, we will not fear. Now, it's very important for us to understand what is being promised to us in this passage and what's not being promised to us. What's not being promised here is that the problem's going to go away. If you look at the conditions here, it doesn't say that the earth won't give way. It doesn't say here the mountain won't fall into the heart of the sea. It doesn't say here that the waters won't roar and foam, or that the mountains won't quake and they're surging when you turn to God. That's not what it says here. But what it does say here is that we will not need to fear when those things happen. Because the result of that situation cannot happen apart from God's will. So the first question